Hey there, friends. Not sure if most of you saw this, but yesterday Donald Trump was in South Carolina for another visit that he was putting on. I believe he had a rally over there as well. But oddly enough and surprisingly, he stopped by a Palmetto State Armory store. You guys may know that Palmetto State is out of the, quote, Palmetto State of South Carolina. And they actually have a lot of retail outlets over there, kind of like an Academy or a Cabela's. That's probably a better comparison as a Cabela's or a Bass Pro Shop. So they have 3, 4, 5 Palmetto State Armory stores over there. Really nice stores. I've been to their stores. Super nice. The prices are really good. Just a great outfit altogether. Well, Trump stopped by and he toured it with, if you know any of the guys from Palmetto State, you probably have met Josiah McCallum. Well, Jamin is his brother. And Jamin is the shorter guy with the beard in this video with Trump. And he had a pretty good visit with Trump. And let me just show you some of the regular, more basic content from this visit. And then we're going to get into the meat and potatoes.
So you manufacture all?
We do.
You sell others that you manufacture?
We do. We sell about half what we sell is ours, and then we sell.
Oh, I like that one. We thought you might like that.
Do you want to see it? Can we get a picture of people doing that?
Look at this.
I would love to get a picture.
I do want to see that.
All right.
Wow, that's something, huh?
Hey,
Who did
Julian,
that? Is that made by you?
That one's not.
Hey, I'm gonna do
Okay, can you take this picture?
Yes, sure.
Okay.
You wonder what Congress people can do.
All right, let's do
Here we
it.
go. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Fantastic.
When you asked which was the highest quality gun, sir, it's this one.
What is the quality of this gun?
That's a Glock.
Oh, that's
Glock actually did that, and these are actually great sellers for us. We sell.
And you sell with the picture?
We do. It comes exactly like this from Glock.
Wow. Good, and they sell well.
sell
They like
very
me.
well.
Of course.
They like
I gotta buy one. I wanna buy one.
Sir, if you want one, this one.
No, I want to buy one. I want to buy one.
Now, the more interesting part of this video is what I'm about to show you. Jamin, I wouldn't say he pressed Donald Trump, but he asked Donald Trump specifically what he would do on the pistol brace issue, or if he would take care of the pistol brace issue. Check this out.
The pistol brace issue, but when you're back in, we need a little help on that. So, pistol brace.
We didn't do any of it.
Absolutely. We'd love to.
Pistol brace that we did, is that a big thing?
It's okay. There's 40 million, potentially 40 million firearms owners that are felons now under Biden's pistol brace rule.
What is that exactly?
Okay, I have one. I don't know if we can get it. So, during about a decade ago, the ATF approved it's a pistol brace attachment you put on a handgun. And during your administration, they said sold close to 40 million of them. People bought them. It's just a pistol. Biden came in. One of the first things he did was he made all those people felons. And right now we're fighting in the court, the Fifth Circuit, the Eighth Circuit.
We'll take care of it. It's ridiculous.
I have one.
You have one?
Yeah, and my
Marjorie
mom
Taylor Greene.
has one. And it helps her, she's able to
Right.
hold it. So it's good.
So,
Isn't it ridiculous?
so not worried about inner city crime, all that problem.
Right.
But regular, average, solid earth Americans, they got to make them criminals.
Okay, we'll take care of it. Okay, we'll take care of it. That's an easy one.
This was a direct answer. Jamin specifically asked, when you're back in, we need a little help. Trump said, what is that exactly when quizzed on the pistol brace? Jamin explained it. Trump responded, we'll take care of it. That's an easy one. And I'm thinking, while we're at it, if it's so easy, let's stay on the topic of the ATF and let's work on some more of these easy ones. I'm not forgetting yet about the bump stock thing that Trump requested. In fact, if you'll remember, he also threw in a haphazard, loose-lipped comment on red flag gun laws. Due process, removing due process now, take the guns now, due process later is what he said. Now, I want to point something out. I voted for Trump, right? But I have a lot of problems with some of the things Trump did, specifically regarding the Second Amendment. I think Trump, as a person and as a politician, wants to please people, which is in many cases a good thing because the majority of the people want what's better for this country. And that is an absolute fact. They may not be smart enough to know what it's all about, but the majority of people do want what's best for them and their families. If that makes Trump popular, Trump will lean in that direction. Trump wants to please people. I don't think Trump is hardcore on any specific topic if it's not going to please the people. If Trump liked and preferred something and the majority of people did not support it, I don't think Trump would be for it. That's just my belief system. So Trump, when asked about the bump stock thing, he had just watched a lot of people get shot, allegedly, by a bump stock equipped rifle back in Las Vegas. Emotions were high. Here we go again with gun control. Emotions were high. Trump probably said, "What's a bump stock?" Because he knows nothing about guns, right? Trump is clueless on the mechanics of guns and guns in general. Somebody probably said, well, you do a push-pull operation and it spits out rounds and kind of continuous until you release the push-pull operation. And since Trump is, and I say this nicely, since Trump is ignorant on guns, he probably said, oh, like a machine gun. And somebody else probably said, oh, yeah, like a machine gun. So then Trump's thinking, oh, a machine gun, that must be bad. So he's thinking the population doesn't want bump stocks, so he supports that. I think if he had it to do all over again, he probably would not have done that. He got a lot of blowback, same with the whole due process comment. I do think Trump is going to take his time now, asking more questions and maybe getting true experts involved and not just some wacko in Washington, D.C. who thinks he knows guns because he has a Google account and watches somebody like me or somebody else. So I think Trump's going to be a little bit more careful now. So at the beginning of his message, or his response to Jamin, it sounded like he's asking about it. And when he just like quickly says, we're going to undo that, obviously he hasn't done any research yet. Now, common sense will tell you that if Trump does any real research, he's absolutely going to undo what Joe Biden and those guys pushed through. I would like for him to do his bump stock thing while he's at it, but that's a whole nother story. So we would like to see that. So this message, the answer to Jamin's question, was encouraging to me. However, when Jamin asked him again about this later on during their visit, this was the answer that we got, and it seemed like just a standard, typical politician answer.
Sir, can I tell the American people that if you're elected, you'll take care of the pistol brace issue quickly for us?
Take care of all issues.
It's a burden on.
We will
our-
take
on
care of
gun.
that. We'll take care of all issues. We'll take care of the border issue. We'll take care of the energy independence. We were energy independent.
So just to repeat, Jamin asked, can I tell the American people that if you're elected, you'll take care of the pistol brace issue quickly? Trump responded, I'll take care of all issues. Again, I'll take care of all issues. And he went on to say that there's a lot of things that we need to take care of. So it's like he just glazed over the the pistol brace issue and said, oh, there's a lot of issues. And he went on politicking at that point. So I didn't get his warm and fuzzy feeling about the end of his answer or the second part of his answer as I did on the first part, because Jamin had specifically asked him, and I think he had Trump's attention on that one single issue at that very split-second moment in time. So let's hope that Trump will lean on people. I mean, who knows? Trump is, in a lot of cases, smart enough to know who his experts are. You know, I don't know Jamin personally. I know his brother Josiah, but maybe he feels like he has a friend and an expert in Jamin now. Maybe now, you know, if he goes through another one of these things, he says, hey, that guy Jamin over at Palmetto State, that's my expert. Or Jamin maybe can suggest somebody. I will say this, Jamin made a very good point in bringing up the 40 million Americans. He wasn't exactly accurate on saying that 40 million Americans were now felons, because he made it sound like those people were currently felons.
Okay, there's 40 million, potentially 40 million firearms owners that are felons now under Biden's pistol brace rule. Biden came in, one of the first things he did was he made all those people felons.
You'll remember that Firearms Policy Coalition and Gun Owners of America, and I think NRA too, their members are not illegal right now because of the court orders that are in place right now and the pending issues in court. Not to mention that the whole state of Texas, there's a whole litany of things that exempt various people. But nevertheless, there are not currently 40 million felons out there, or potential. I mean, they're potential felons. They're not actual felons. So that wasn't accurate. But the fact that he brought that up and used the phrase and the term 40 million, I thought was super valuable, because I'm going to go back to my previous comment that Trump cares about pleasing people. The higher number of people that are affected by something is going to change the way Trump looks at it. I'm sorry, guys. This is just, you're dealing with, look, all politicians are egomaniacs. Let's get that out of the way. Because there's going to be people whining and crying in the comment section saying, oh, you're anti-Trump because you said this. Every single politician out there is guided by their ego. Don't let anybody fool you. Nobody is doing this strictly and solely on the basis of their love for this country. Anyone who tells you it's not about my ego, it's about my love for country is full of crap. Good people are not in politics. Don't let anybody fool you. So, Trump is probably in many cases the best option you have out there because he's not knee-deep in the swamp like everybody else. I'm not the one sitting here christening him as the next Jesus Christ. That's not what I'm saying. I'm telling you that if he gets the right people telling him the right bit of information, we have a chance, if he thinks it will affect enough people, of getting the right things done in Congress regarding the ATF, whatever. This was a good move. I don't know if Jamin did this strategically or if this was just a phrase that came out of his mouth when he used the 40 million number. That was ringing in Trump's ears. Trump heard that, and Trump's thinking 40 million people. That's 40 million potential votes, which is half of what he got last time, right? I mean, think of it like that. This is math. This is politics. These guys are thinking in terms of numbers right now. And again, whether it was an accident or not, I commend Jamin for throwing that number of 40 million in there because I think that was strong and I think that got Trump's attention. Now, regarding the gun that he wanted to buy, the Glock that he wanted to buy in Jamin's store earlier, I want to point this out. Trump being under federal indictment for what he's under indictment for, he is prohibited to buy that gun. He could not buy that gun being under felony indictment. And he also cannot receive a gun which has, quote, been shipped or transported in interstate or foreign commerce. Now, Bruen has since pretty much done away with that, ruled that unconstitutional. So a person would be able, who is under federal indictment, would be able to receive that gun just because it was under interstate commerce or foreign. But that is a current law that's in place right now. So Trump's administration had put out that he had purchased the Glock and then went back and deleted that Twitter or X message later on. So I think they realized that he was technically breaking a law, if you will, if he had purchased the gun. I'm sure he left with the gun. I don't know how the transfer was done. It was probably done to somebody else. Again, I would be willing to bet that the gun control people will have a field day with this because they're going to say if he purchased the gun, it was illegal for him to purchase it. They're going to say if somebody else purchased it and gave it to him, that was an illegal transfer. So there's probably going to be something come out about this, but I just wanted to let everybody know if you're hearing things about this, it's true. He's technically, according to the law, was not supposed to purchase that firearm or no one else could buy it and gift it to him on the spot. If that was and I guess what I'm saying is, on the 4473, it asks if you are going to be the rightful owner of this firearm. You cannot just go purchase that weapon and then give it or sell it to somebody else. Now, if you purchased it and decided later that you wanted to give it or sell it, then you could do that. Maybe that's what they're doing. That's the workaround here. Somebody obviously in his little crew could have bought it and purchased it and a month later went, I think I'll give this to Donald Trump. So that's your workaround right there. Nevertheless, guys, I wanted to point this out. I would say that this is an issue that if you are in any of these town halls or these stadiums, or if you get polled by anybody from the Trump organization during the whole campaign period, bring up this pistol brace issue. Because it's already in the back of Trump's mind, and I'll give Trump credit on this. The guy's got a great memory. So bring it up. Because if he keeps seeing the American people talk about the stabilizing brace issue, I think he's going to be more focused on not only that, but gun issues in general.
God save the Queen, man.
I'm sorry, I thought this was America.